What is going on, people of YouTube? My name's Kurtyoy. Welcome back to a brand new episode on Friday, eventually, of the FPL preview, where we look at the upcoming fixtures and see what players might be top scoring in today's video. Now, apologies if you can hear some noise outside. I can't help it, my windows are open. But today we've got the games to watch. You've got the defenders, goalkeepers, midfielders and strikers. Don't know why I said defenders before goalkeepers. And also FPL Guidance's tip of the week at tips_FPL. Gives us his tip of the week every single week. Hence the reason it's called Tip of the Week. Without further ado, let's jump in. Game week 26. Let's hit it. That sounds so bad. So as always, we're going to start off with our games to watch. And we've got Chelsea versus Swansea, Hull versus Burnley, West Brom versus Bournemouth, and Leicester versus Liverpool. Starting off with Chelsea versus Swansea. It's an interesting one because Swansea have been improving, but you think Chelsea's own form, once they change their new tactic, second to none. They don't look like they're going to get beaten. They've probably got the most intimidating home ground at the moment, you know, except for Burnley's, weirdly. But Swansea, they picked up a few decent results, a few big results. They really changed City away from home, apart from Jesus needed to come and save Man City. They really challenged Liverpool and beat Liverpool at home. So who knows what Swansea could do to Chelsea. It could be a real big upset. Hull versus Burnley. Burnley's home form is impeccable. It's what's going to keep them up this season, even though people thought they'd go down. I didn't. Just want to point that out. Hull, however, doesn't look like they're going down either. But Burnley's away form is shocking. And I think Hull could really go to town on them here. 2 or 3 goals maybe, who knows. Also got West Brom versus Bournemouth. West Brom really overachieving in the top half of the table for a lot of this season. And Bournemouth, they're slipping closer, and I can only see them slipping a step closer now, with a pretty comfortable victory going West Brom's way. And Leicester, who recently sacked Ranieri versus Liverpool. Who knows what can happen in that one. If Liverpool are back to their best form, Leicester could get pulled to pieces. Moving on to the goalkeepers, the 4 I've picked out today are Mignolet, Robles, Jakupovic, and also Gomez. Starting off with Simon Mignolet at £4.7 million. Nice game against Leicester. Although they've sacked Ranieri, that could be a change into Leicester's season. I don't think it will matter too much. And Simon Mignolet at £4.7 million, I think I could get a clean sheet. And it should be pretty comfortable for him. If not, no double game weeks, so it's looking good for Liverpool. Next up, we've got Joel Robles, also on 4.7, also works in the Merseyside as a goalkeeper. He comes in against Sunderland, and again, need I say more? They've also got Jakupovic in there, a home game against Burnley, and no double game weeks, so it looks really good at £4.1 million. And Aurelio Gomez comes in at 4.9. He's got a home game against West Ham, but I do quite fancy West Ham, but I think this is an odd one. I think Watford could do bits. And if you're looking to take a really differential sort of risk for a keeper, I think Aurelio Gomez is definitely the one to go for. Moving on to the defenders, and the 6 defenders I've got is actually Mawson from Swansea, Leighton Baines from Everton, Nathaniel Klein from Liverpool, also got Cresswell from West Ham, we've got Robertson from Hull, and weirdly, Stones from Man City. I'll get onto the Man City later, but Mawson comes in at £4.5 million, a nice little differential. He is selected by, as I look, just £0.7 million at the time of recording this on a Friday, because I didn't record it yesterday. Don't ask why. But we've also got, Mawson, first of all. Yes, it's a tough game against Swansea. Who knows what they could do? After that, really good fixtures. You've got Baines and Klein, both coming in at 5.7, 5.8 respectively. Both have a good game. Everton against Sunderland, Liverpool against Leicester. Could get a clean sheet. Also get forward, grab an assist or two maybe. Those bonus points, like those 2 players. Also got Cresswell from West Ham. Again, I mentioned Aurelio Gomez is a weird one, but I do like Cresswell at £5.2 million. West Ham are really sturdying up their defence. Jose Fontes has really helped with that. And Cresswell, 5.2 could be a nice little option for you. He's selected by just 0.4% of people, so nice little differential, I think. We've also got Robertson, again, £4.3 million, really cheap player, and also Hull having decent fixtures coming up. Really could be looking to cruise on. Robertson may be playing at the left back, but they do have 2 centre-backs injured, and when they had another centre-back to play, they played 3 at the back, well, with Robertson on the left wing-back, kind of like Marcus Alonso role, so worth keeping an eye on while they get their centre-backs back to fitness, will they play 4 at the back? If they play 5 at the back / 3 at the back, Robertson could be a really good pick. And Stones, because Man City could have a double game week in game week 27 if they go through in the FA Cup. And the reason I'm saying this is because either way, if they go through in the FA Cup, bring him in, could be 2 clean sheets, bring him out. And if they don't go through, they'll play game week 27 and game week 28. So, not for now, but just keep an eye on, just to remind you, because I couldn't really pick on an extra defender. Before we get on to midfielders though, we've got the tip of the week. FPL guidance at tips_FPL with a snazzy new logo, I must say. Brings us a tip of the week every single week. And this one, the reason it's so late in the video is because it's midfielder. And he goes on about Sadio Mane. He says, "Hi mate, tip of the week goes to Sadio Mane. Liverpool showed an upturn in form last time out against Tottenham, and the fact they have no blank game weeks makes him an attractive option for FPL managers once more. Mane looks to be the standout option with the highest points per minute of the 3 premium mids of him, Firmino and Coutinho, and provides a good captain option with 6 double-figure point hauls in 22 appearances this season. Makes a very valid point. If you've got the money, he's £9.3 million, he's definitely worth bringing into your team. Firmino is a lot better than Coutinho as a second option, but Mane's got to be the top option for your midfield." Talking about that midfield, we've got Sadio Mane, Gylfi Sigurdsson, Morrison from West Brom. We've also got Antonio, Barkley and Sterling. Again, the same point with Man City. Mane, don't need to say anything else. He is the top option. Although, alternatively, Firmino, if you haven't got the money for Mane, don't bust a gut about it. Firmino, I think, is a decent option as well. Gylfi Sigurdsson. Now, Swansea again. Could they do something special? He's got fantastic range from free kicks, from set plays, and also long shooting and passing. So, if anyone's going to provide a goal or assist at the Stamford Bridge, it's going to be Sigurdsson, I believe. And you've also got Morrison coming in. He's £4.7 million, good little differential option, and West Brom. Playing Bournemouth, I feel like he could get in on the action again. Last 3 game weeks he got a goal or assist, and he could make that 4 this week. We've also got Antonio, who plays against Watford again with the Aurelio Gomez. I understand it's a bit of a weird one, but I do like Antonio. No blank game weeks as well for the man that is the most consistent and least likely to be dropped in the West Ham midfield. So he's worth all the £7 million you'd pump into him, and just above him on £7.1 million is Barkley. Everton face off against Sunderland. Need I say more? Let's go on to the attackers. And in the attack, we only have 5, technically 4, because one of them's Aguero, but we've got Lukaku of Everton, Rondon of West Brom, we've got Niasse, weirdly, of Hull, Llorente of Swansea, and Aguero of Man City. Now, again, with Aguero, point is just because even if they don't go through, to get through, I'll get onto it in a bit. Lukaku comes in. He is well worth the money. £9.9 million. Doesn't have a blank game week. Maybe transfer him out when the double game week's coming out. Maybe even for someone who's missing both game weeks, like Ibrahimovic. Who knows? But keep that in mind. Lukaku, I think, will get transferred out later on in the season when he doesn't have those double game weeks. But he's a really good option for the time being. He doesn't give you any of those blanks, and a massive striker. Rondon as well. He's a bit on and off. You score and you don't for a while. But Rondon comes in £6.7 million. Face off against Bournemouth, who have been poor recently, and I feel like he could get a couple in that game if he's on form. That is. Also got Niasse. Now he's joined from Hull. He's had a decent start. I was on the bench for the first few games. Only got 10 in his first 5 appearances. Not all have been starts, but he bagged a pretty important goal against Liverpool recently. So he's got a start against Arsenal, which wasn't going to go well, let's be honest. It wasn't going to go well. Whoever played for Arsenal, especially Klukas, as it happens. But Niasse comes in. Playing against Burnley, who've been shocking away from home. I think he could get on the score sheet in that one. We've also got Llorente, £6.2 million. He's a target man. He could rattle the defence if he peels off onto Azpilicueta. He's definitely going to have a physical advantage. And Aguero, if you can't afford Aguero and they have the double game week, don't rip out your team to get him in. But if you can afford him, like I've got Kane. You've got someone like Kane, Ibrahimovic, maybe even Lukaku or Costa, and have like 3 million in the bank, because I've got 3 million in the bank. I can afford to get rid of Kane, bring Aguero in for that double game week, smash him on captain, get those points in, and then take him off again. Don't bust a gut to get him, but if you can get him and they have the double game week, definitely worth bringing him in. And that happens to be that for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Would you like, comment, subscribe, and let me know who are you looking to bring in this game week. What do you think of the City options? And also, have I missed anyone? Do you think there's a player I should have put in either of the categories? And what do you think of the tip of the week? Send in some love. FPL guidance is in the description somewhere, hopefully near the top. He's usually near the top in the same position, and go and tweet him. He's fantastic at replying on Twitter, and also a fantastic, I'd say one of the best FPL pundits, if you can call it that, out there. But thank you all for watching. Hopefully I've enjoyed. Would you like, comment, subscribe, and peace.